Hey, everyone! Evil Fun is here. In today's video, I will discuss all the possibilities of a Resident Evil 5 remake. So, without further ado, let's get started with the video. Resident Evil 5 might be up next for a remake in the popular horror game series. The game has some important parts that could use some adjustments. Resident Evil 5 could be the next game to receive a makeover from Capcom, the company behind the famous horror series. They've been updating classic games, like the recent remake of Resident Evil 4, which sold really well. It seems that the next game in line for a modern update could be the one that follows Leon Kennedy's solo adventure in El Pueblo. Resident Evil 5 is where the series took a bit of a different direction and started to divide fans. Some people liked the action-focused approach of this game, while others felt that it lost some of the things that made the series great until that point. The reactions to this game and its sequel, Resident Evil 6, played a big role in shaping the new direction that started with Resident Evil 7. Regardless of personal opinions about the game, there are certainly parts that can be improved in a potential remake to make Resident Evil 5 even more enjoyable this time. Shiva, a character in Resident Evil 5, seems to reflect the trends of gaming in the 2000s. Back then, there was a focus on emphasizing the appearance of female characters rather than their personalities, using new technology for realistic character models. However, Shiva still holds her own as a secondary main character, especially being introduced as a new addition to the series alongside the more established legacy character. But some feel that Shiva could have been more well-rounded, with arguments that she ended up feeling too one-dimensional. A modern version of the game could benefit from giving players more reasons to connect with Shiva emotionally. Hopefully, she could also appear in future Resident Evil games, not just in this one. It's hard not to talk about Resident Evil 5 without mentioning the odd boulder punch moment. It stands out as quite strange in a series that, before Resident Evil 4, had protagonists who seemed realistically vulnerable in the face of terrifying enemies. This moment takes a character who struggled against a couple of mutant dogs in the first Resident Evil game and suddenly makes him incredibly strong, without much explanation. It's one of the most memorable parts of the whole series, but not necessarily for the right reasons. In the remake, they could either change it in some way or embrace it more, especially since it's referred to in Resident Evil Village. Even the most dedicated fans of Resident Evil 5 agree that the treatment of Jill Valentine in the game is unnecessary. Jill is one of the most famous female heroes in video games, but this game seems to throw away a lot of what makes her who she is for a surprising plot twist. Similar to the moment with Chris Redfield, the big reveal involving Jill Valentine in this game feels like a huge departure from her character in the first game and in the appearances between RE1 and RE5. To many, it's like a completely different character. Maybe it would be better for a remake of Resident Evil 5 to either remove this moment or give her more time on screen after her rehabilitation. This would also set the stage for more appearances by Jill Valentine in future Resident Evil games beyond the 9th installment. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider sharing and subscribing. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.